Hey folks, welcome back. This is Lucid, and we're jumping back into our game with Lanka. We have found another magic site, Garden of Bones. So that's most welcome. Every death gem is going to go a long way to getting our undead factory set up. And the first ones matter a lot. So anyway, that's great. We're going to have him go and continue site searching. We have the slingers, and I think these, they tried to run in here. I don't think they're going to be successful. I think we had enough PD. Oh no, it actually was. Shit. Furball slingers, kind of successful. Okay. And then we have a battle in Castronomia. Just raided them with a couple sacreds and some undead. And the sacreds are going to get out in front, do most of the work, but they've got some cheerleading support from the undead. Unfortunately, we caught some of the slingers he had left behind here. Oh no, this was just PD. Okay, sorry. This was I'm sorry. It's been a while since I recorded. It's gonna take me a second to get back in the swing of it. It's like a few weeks later actually, so I'm like way ahead in the game. But yeah, we were just moving this group on top of this fort. So again, super nice. He's built some infrastructure for us. I still think he was building infrastructure back here, and I probably attacked it one turn too soon because I really wanted to let him get it set up so I could take it. It's like the best time to attack somebody is right after they finish a fort, because there's nothing. The fort hasn't generated any, unless they have really good PD type, it hasn't generated any defensive strength really. It just is there. We can see the elves moving in. Darn it. And we are on top of his capital. And we've got our prophet. We've got a little bit of long dead chaff. And yeah, so these guys are on hold and attack flyers. And I don't have magic weapons, which is a thing. Lanka can get magic weapons on their troops. Like, you can summon the super expensive ones to get magic weapons if that's something we really have to deal with. And the other thing, we talked about it, but we have tools to deal with things that are, have fog warriors or mist form or whatever, or ethereal like blood vengeance. But dang, magic weapons is nice against air elemental spam. But anyway, better, I think, that we go ahead and fight the air elementals than we let them run around and trample our stuff. So anyway, that's going to be our approach. We're moving these guys in. We have a big group of... Yawn, sorry. We have a big group of sacreds and undead chaff we're going to move in here and take these guys out. Unfortunately, our guys siege pretty well, so even though this just a super low commitment squad from me, we're actually going to knock through this probably next turn. So anyway, that's what's going on. And hopefully we're going to be set up for a good fight here on top of Moria. So let's go ahead and go to the next turn. We'll cover... Yeah, we'll cover some of the econ stuff in a minute. So next turn is going to be 18. You can see I'm all the way down here at 41. Okay, so next turn, we basically just raid this province he took from us. And we found a site. I think this is the Frozen Lands, which tells us what throne this is. If you see yourself getting these Frozen Land things as an event, that means you have the Throne of Winter near you. Which I think we may have already mentioned that, but anyway, we're pretty stoked because we took an extra heat dominion, so this is going to improve our scales. And getting access to water is going to be pretty huge. For Lanka especially, because this means we can do rain, and we kind of get wrecked by fire stuff a little bit. But also, boots of quickness are the shit. So, there's a lot of stuff that's nice. It's just nice to have water. So pretty happy with that. And yeah, we're basically just continuing to increase commitment levels on top of the cap. One of the problems of bringing all this chaff in is air elementals can kill it, and then because it dies pretty fast, and potentially HP route me. The thing though is, if they don't have enough air elementals, then the air elemental will jump in and get surrounded. And even though these guys aren't very good, eventually they're going to kind of hit it and hit it enough, and the air elementals go away. So anyway, that's the idea. We've got this guy coming in, basically summoning some imps, and I think that's about it. Yeah, nothing. I've changed the script a little bit. These guys are on. No, what is up? I've got the yawns. These guys are on hold and attack rear. And the idea is I want these guys fighting their elves, and I want these guys fighting the air elementals. Air elementals do AP trample damage, so the fact they don't have armor is not going to matter a tremendous amount. So anyway, that's the idea. We're just putting a huge doom stack on his capital, and it's popped. So I feel reasonably comfortable storming. I don't know exactly what they have because Femoria is or can be a bunch of elves, but we'll find out. So let us see. We'll go ahead and go to the next turn. Well, let's talk a little bit about economy. We're starting to already, not super early, but I mean, kind of early. We're blood hunting here. We're patrolling. We've got some chaff. We're reanimating Solus, and we're making some sanguine dowsing rods because we just got construction 4. So we're already kind of getting our blood economy going nice and early. And the thing is, one of the nice things for blood nations, a lot of them, is they're going to get some stuff reasonably early in the tech tree, which means blood hunting is going to be worth it kind of early. For us, the main thing we're going to be going after is this. Though Esrapas are really nice too, especially if you're fighting things where there's going to be a lot of magic weapons. But if Satis, we're not really thinking we need that. The elves' magic weapons could be nice. So we'll have to see what we do. Anyway, it's always worth looking at your neighbors and making sure your tech choices kind of jive with that. Okay, so I think that's it, basically. We're going to see what happens. I think this fort is cracked too, so we're going to go ahead and storm that. And let's go ahead and go to turn 19. In turn 19, we should be storming the forts. But Femoria has rode out, buying 20 fire gems. So Macone is buying fire gems. I can't remember. Oh, we did send him some. 20 gems per... I think we sent him, like 13 or something. Or my math is probably pretty horrible. Anyway, we sent him some. He sent us 360 gold. So, 18? Is that right? Okay. There's a battle in Femoria. Okay. Now, first of all, if you recall from the test episode we had last time, I think, this is way more, which, if I were doing math, I probably could have figured out he probably should have more, but it's hard to know. Way more mages, way more elves than I had planned for. So I have done some tests where I figured out, okay, this will probably work. But this is, easily twice as many mages and twice as many troops. So all bets are off. Let's see how this goes. Let's see how many gems he brought, too. Okay, 5, 10... 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. 60 gems, 65 gems on these guys. I mean, that is nuts. That's absolutely crazy. I don't think we're going to win this fight. I mean, I'm biased or I've been informed because having these guys up in front was probably a mistake too. So lots of lesser air elementals, which thank God, because our troops have shock resistance. They're our sacreds are immune to lesser air elementals. Having these guys in front was definitely a mistake. And then my guys kind of trickle in because of the air elementals. Having a line here would have been much, 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 much better. So that was major mistake number 1. He's also summoning Lamashtas, which I was worried he might do. Because that's something he can do, and when you're kind of losing, but you have Conjuration, it is a good way to inflict pain and suffering on the person you're fighting. Unfortunately, if we get a bad DRN roll, we can get shocked. You can see some guys are shocked, these guys are stunned. So anyway, this is just not a good look for my guys. And we've gotten... I mean, our formation's been kind of horrible here. They're all effing split up. The Lamashtas are jumping back here, and the second the Lamashta jumps in amongst the archers, they're gonna run. Fortunately, my demons have pretty good morale, but you can see it's not looking good. Our heroes, you can see, are doing some work. This is a Mount King. Yeah, we might lose him. And all of a sudden, there's not very many sacreds anymore. Okay, apparently the retreat bell has sounded, at least for him. He's routing, so he's gonna peace out. These guys have not routed, but it does not seem they're terribly far away. Okay, we've got that Lamashta dead. You know, silver linings to this. All these gems are burned. How the mighty have fallen. Now, Femoria won, but this was a Pyrrhic victory. The elves have retreated, and that's because they've lost a lot. So he lost 42 of the elves. And this just gives you a sense, even though we dramatically underestimated how many troops he had, we still just put an absolute beating on him. I mean, he's lost 4 of his sorceresses. He spent 60 gems to have this outcome. Which, I mean, props to him. This is like a pretty good all-in last defense. You know, but minus 60 gems, minus 4 sorceresses, and minus 42 cap only. They're not sacreds, but they're reasonably hard to replace, especially when you don't own your cap circle. But on our side, you know, we lost a lot. We lost 17 Ansuras. We lost a Mound King. We lost our Mercs, which are inflating these numbers a lot, or some. You know, that's the Longbowmen here and the Archers. And a lot of this is chaff undead. But we did lose 18 Palangshas. We didn't lose the Kalamuka warriors, which is nice. And we lost all of the Ansuras. But if you add all that up, how many sacreds did we lose? You know, we lost about 30. And we can make them back. I mean, 30 sacreds is like 3 or 4 turns. Femoria is now basically crippled. You know, this was probably, I don't know if this was their entire reserve, but this was a large part of it. So, yeah. We're going to stay on the offensive here. Here we raid, and then here we go inside their fort, and we have captured it. I'll just show it to you real quick. Oh, this guy got hit in the head and retreats. Good thing we had 2 commanders. Okay, and then they run. So anyway, that's how that went. Events and Ancient Ruins. Plus 10 defense. Minus 2 Dominion. False Prophet I have to root out. I think we're going to do that later. I don't know if I do that this turn. No. So after losing a big fight like this, a lot of people... Well, I don't know. There's an inclination to feel like you have to go on the retreat. And also he has a fort down here. And that, you know, is a reasonable kind of thing to feel. We can see the elves have moved in here. And they asked me if I think I'm going to be able to... Of course, I had a scout here, so they saw the battle. They asked me if I am going to need help taking this. I think when they got in this, they thought they were getting... Because I kind of was talking to him. He was, like, asking for more territory. And I was like, dude, you're getting free territory, dude. Like, you're not going to have to fight anything. I think he thought when he was getting in it, like, he was... Because I didn't ask him to join. That he was... You know, it was going to be like a 2v1. You know, like, we're both going to fight him. And it's like... Once somebody's already on top of their cap, it's not really a 2v1. You know, like, they're going to send their armies after the guy with the stuff on their cap, more often than not. But anyway, he asked if I need help. I think he already was kind of redeploying his troops over this way. But he asked if I needed help. I'm like, no, I've got a lot of sacreds coming. We've got these guys. We've got 16 here. I got a couple more here. I've got these guys here. You know, we still have a fair amount of sacreds in the field. And he's probably, especially because he has lesser air elementals, he's probably researching up to try to get, and we know he has at least Conjuration 4. That was the other thing that was kind of a surprise. I didn't know, or I can't remember, because I know at one point I didn't know if he had Conjuration 4 or 3. But we know he has, we knew he had 3, we didn't know if he had 4. well, now we've confirmed he has 4, which means he's going for 5, and 5 is going to give him big air elementals. So there's a pretty good chance he's going to have his mages sit inside and research. So we're going to go ahead and plug his capital back up. We don't want him getting any more money or troops or mages if we can help it. There's a pretty good chance, though, he's going to raid outwards and try to hit something. If he tries to march his dudes this way, he's going to meet some trouble because we've got a pretty large amount of PD. If he marches his dudes this way, we've got pretty good PD type. It's light cav and heavy cav. Plus these dudes will almost certainly crush him. Unless he has like another huge gym dump. But I don't know. We'll see. We're going to play aggressive. And we've got reinforcements streaming in. Yeah, that's basically what's going on over here. The Oceania troops have disappeared, and they have most likely gone through the whirlpool down here and are messing with Atlantis, which is fine by us. We definitely don't want those guys heading our way. So I think that's it. We're going to go ahead and I think we'll do one more turn. And we'll do turn 20, and then we'll go ahead and call it for the episode. Turn 20. So indeed he does raid out. He heads over this way. And here we do not have much PD. I think there's just 10. And so it's successful. I don't even think we kill anything. We might kill 1. Oh, how did this happen? I guess we hit him with a sling. We got 1 sorceress. That's actually kind of a big deal. Yeah. I think a javelin or something hit them. No, slingers. That's actually kind of big. So yeah, if I could do this again, I would totally let him take it to lose. Like, this is a good trade for me, is what I'm trying to say. And now, so we've taken this province, which did not have any PD in it, and we have gone back on for Moria. Let's see what did he have here? He had like 10 PD. And 10 PD is not going to do much. And Home Slice is jumping in. Okay, so that's about it for the events. So yeah, we've got these guys bottled up again. They've got a small raiding squad out here. This is, I don't know if this is all the Numidian warriors left, but it's probably most of them. So, what are we doing? If he comes over here, we've got our reinforcements coming in, and so they will probably kill him if he attacks here, which would be most excellent for us. If he comes up and attacks this way, we're probably going to lose this province, but that's okay. And if he does an all-in defense on his capital, because if he does major mage commitment, etc., he'll probably kill this. So what we're doing is we're doing a switcheroo. I've got Home Slice coming in, who has a Vine Shield, a Flesh Eater, basically all of this garbage. And he is strong enough to tank Lamashtas. He is strong enough to tank smaller air elementals. Big air elementals will probably kill him. But yeah, the script he's got is Blessing, Skeletal Body, Holy Avenger, Flight, Reinvigoration, Attack Closest. And meanwhile, we're going to send everybody over here, combine armies, because we're also bringing, we're bringing these sacreds, like, 18 or something? 16 from our cap. But we're also bringing these guys who took this fort. So they're coming over here. We're consolidating on Oogity Boogity Foothills. Oogity Boogity, by the way, name of my Bandarlog Pretender. May he forever rest in peace, as he did not ascend to the throne of the Pantocrator. Anyway, Woodland Spirits, they have magic attacks, and I think they may be armor negating, I'm not sure. But anyway, we're not going to mess around with them. We're going to send a lot of sacreds. This fort we took, we're upgrading it to a giant fort, and we're building a lab here. We're also getting the Kalamuka warriors. If you take a Hellblessed Lanka, there's a pretty good incentive to build these about as much as you can. So anyway, we're going to keep building them and funneling them this way. Until Femoria dies, we're really doing we've only built 1 fort, right? We've built this one. We are investing in upgrading this one that we took, but we have no more forts under construction. Everything is going into more sacreds, more mages, kind of, right? Like, We only have 2 forts really that can make mages. So anyway, everything is basically going into military power until Fomori is out. And after that, we might start doing things that are kind of greedy. Now, I kind of wanted to send this guy and like kill this province, which got attacked by Indies. But I figured this is the better move. If he comes out, even if we just do a gym burn and don't win, it would probably be worth it. Though we don't really want to be giving them thug gear. I don't think we're going to lose him. But he is berserking, so if he doesn't win, he's probably going to lose. So anyway, I think that's it for this episode. You can see, I guess the short summary is we're not exactly winning cleanly, but the war is heavily in our favor. So as long as we don't get backstabbed, we are probably looking good. All right, guys, we'll see you next time. Cheers.